important stuff.
Very important stuff for the city.
Yes, we communicate monthly with each of the different departments, and we want to make sure that they're staying within their budget. So we'll send out a monthly fiscal guide to each of the departments and make sure that we're all in tandem.
Now, I know that on your free time you follow the Dodgers. You're a Dodgers fan. I heard that in the grapevine. So tell us about that.
Oh, just a big Dodger fan. Season ticket holder for about 8 years. I recently gave my tickets though, but the team's been going great, and we're hoping for a good year this year.
And I know that every time you want to have a break, you will come in here and try to tune into the channels.
I'm guilty for sneaking out and checking the lobby TV. But I think Tom has fixed it on the city channel, so that'll be a difficult endeavor in the future.
Oh dear, okay. Well, we'd like to congratulate you on all of your endeavors here in the city, and wish you all the best of luck in the budget season.
Thank you.
And how do you feel about tonight, the election night tonight?
Hey.
It's a different night without Harold Hoffman, but how do you feel about the election?
You know, City Hall is really a buzz, and it's an exciting place to be tonight. We're hoping for some close races tonight, and we'll have some new faces in the morning around City Hall, either way.
Thank you so much, Ken Louie. Thank you for being with us here tonight. We will continue our live coverage. Stay with us.
And that was our interview with Ken Louie early in the day, the financial director for the city of Lawndale. And a big night here in the city of Lawndale on City TV.
Absolutely. We're giving you the election results, up to the minute results. As we get them, you will get them.
And this is live on City TV. And why don't we go inside the chambers? The Beehive have activity, and Jennifer Murillo has some breaking news.
Yes, what you hear is the noise of the machine going on that will be counting Precinct 3 ballots. What took so long was that there was a miscalculation when the volunteers were counting each ballot and making sure everything was correct. And what they have to do is recount the ballots before they can put it through the machine. So just in a few minutes, the machine will count them, and we will get the results to you. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Jennifer. And so some problems going on with our final precinct that hasn't reported in yet. I'm sure that that will be taken care of. And the
That's
ballots.
Precinct number 1 that hasn't come in yet.
So we're waiting for the technical difficulties to be taken care of there, and then we can get those ballots counted and get those election results to you.
Well, that makes it even more exciting.
That's right, as they come in.
That's right.
But you can play along at home with us, too, by watching it online live as well. Live election results are online.
On our city's website, www.lawndalecity.org.
And go to the homepage. And right now, we have the privilege of having one of Lawndale's favorite sons with us.
Thank you.
And Larry Rudolph, you're running for, you don't have anything else to do? You're running for council again?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to have you here again tonight, running again.
Yes.
Your term is expiring, but you're running again. Now, as I recall, in the very last elections, you said that if you're feeling well and you don't have any health problems, you will run again. So we're very happy to see that you're feeling well and you're running again. But I heard in the grapevine that you also mentioned that this is going to be the last time you're running. Is that correct?
Well, that's not exactly what I said. What I said was that when this term's over, I'll be 80 years old. And it all depends on what my health is at then, whether if I run or not again.
So how many terms is this going to make for you now, should you succeed tonight?
It'll be the 8th.
The 8th, okay.
Eighth four-year term.
So 32 years.
Well, I've been here
28 years.
28 years.
28 years, yes. I got you calculated.
I'm trying to catch up with Mayor Hoffman.
And what about the...
Sorry, you started in 1986, as I know, correct?
Yes. 1986.
Yes.
And any highlights in those 28 years, Larry?
Well, they're all around us, actually. You know, some of the things we've done in those 28 years, I think, has really improved the community. The community, you know, we revitalized Hawthorne Boulevard. We got the new library across here built. Got the new community center here built. We just came off a $50 million capital improvement plan over the last 5 years, you know, for streets and sidewalks. And a few years ago, we brought the paramedics down here, you know, which was a big deal because they used to come from Lenox.
Oh, really?
They get a call on Lawndale, they'd come from Lenox.
So how much of a time gap did that close by bringing the medics here?
They said it was like 18 minutes from Lenox, and it's like about 7 minutes here.
Well, that's a life and death situation.
Life and death, exactly.
Now, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Now, in spite of all of the budget cuts that you experienced in your last term here, and maybe the last couple of terms,
right,
the city of Lawndale still continues to have improvements here in the city.
Yeah, we do. You know, we pick certain projects and we look for grants and different things like that. And we get grants to do things. The county helped us with that, and we just look for ways. You know, we still have a reserve, the biggest reserve that I know of in the county.
Really?
One of the biggest. It's 100% of our.
Wow. Well, that's nice to be able to dip into that as you need.
Fall onto if we need to. Yes.
Now, is that used for capital improvements that maybe aren't covered by those redevelopment funds that
you know, we spend it very wisely. That's why we have it.
Okay.
We don't use it for employee salaries or for the police or anything like that. If an emergency come up, we had to go in there for something, we would do it. But other than that, we just let it sit there.
Well, that's good. I'm so happy to hear that there is a city in LA County that actually keeps their money in the purse here instead of having to divvying it up like it's a dessert.
Yeah, we look for other ways to get things done, like the community center was done on redevelopment bonds. I'm sure you know. Right. And the county actually put the bill on that. You know, we give them part of our property and worked with them on it, but we call it our library even though they built it. So.
Sure. And this is a big night for the city of Lawndale because this is the first night in about a quarter of a century that somebody named Hoffman isn't going to be sitting in the mayor's chair.
That's right.
And so what are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, it's going to be different. There's which one of them get it, they're going to have to work very hard to fill his shoes, and I'm sure either one of them can do it. Oh, yeah. And I'll work with either one of them in real wins. You know. You can't be on this council for 28 years and not work with people.
How did you guys get along?
Me and...
You and Harold?
We got along real good. Yeah? We got along good. I think it was only one time that we didn't really agree on anything important, and other than that, we always got along pretty good.
Well, that's good.
In a couple of sentences, if you were to remember Harry, what would you say in 2 sentences? How would you describe him? How would you describe Mr. Hoffman in 2 sentences?
2 sentences?
Yes.
He was a people's mayor. He cared about the people. He would take calls any time of the day or night and go out and look into a personal problem anybody had. And he just cared about Lawndale. His goal was just to make Lawndale better, not a stepping stone to Sacramento or somewhere else like some politicians do. He was very happy being the mayor here.
Seemed to always be around when you needed it.
Yes, he was.
All right.
And just one more question for you. So public safety, as you had mentioned before, is one of the main issues that you'd still like to be focusing on. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, public safety is the main issue, because without public safety, you have nothing. I mean, if you don't have public safety, you can't walk the streets, you can't go to the community center, you can't go to the library. You know, it's very important to have public safety. And I'm always looking for ways to even get more deputies on the street.
Now, crime is down in the city of Lawndale, correct?
Yeah, it's down over the last 5 years, 27%. We want to keep it that way.
Absolutely. That's a big achievement.
Yeah.
Now, your grandson, Stephen, was quite a ball player at Lawndale High School. What's he up to these days?
He's going to El Camino. I think he went over there and saw all these big buffy guys from Maricosta and Santa Monica and all those places and decided he'd wait a year. He's going to the gym and buffing up a little bit.
Oh, boy. Okay. So is he coming over and raiding the refrigerator at the house?
Yeah. When they put the lock on at his house, he lives right across the street.
Oh boy, well that's good. Well, hey, Larry Rudolph, I want to thank you very much for coming and joining us on our live election coverage on City TV.
We wish you all the best of luck, and we'll be getting the results pretty soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So hang around right there because you've got a microphone hooked up to you. So, but we do want to tell you that this is City TV's live coverage of our election coverage from City Hall.
Absolutely. We'll be bringing you the elections by the minute election results. As soon as we get them, you will get them. And it's getting busier by the second. So I think we may have some other interviews rounded up. So stay tuned. And we may be going inside the City Council chamber to see what is going on, what the latest is.
Actually, why don't we do that right now? We're going to throw a little bit of a curveball to Jennifer Murillo in Election Central and see what is going on inside of the Beehive. Jennifer.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you, Larry.
Precinct 3 votes. Now they're also counting precinct 4 as the volunteers count individually, one by one, to see what they are and make sure the numbers are correct. In a few minutes, we're also going to be getting the results for precinct 3, and as soon as we get those results, I'll be getting back to you guys with all the information. Back to you guys. God, I had so.
Comes our last precinct of the night. Jennifer, what do you see? As Jennifer gets ready, we threw another curveball there, as that final precinct just walked in the door.
That's right. We just saw.
What did he ask?
I believe precinct number 1 was the one that we were waiting.
What you see in front of me is finally precinct 1 that's finally coming in. They're going to unload everything, pass it on to the volunteers, check it in and pass it on to the volunteers. And then once that gets through, they finish precinct 4, precinct 9. The volunteers will be counting those, and then finally they will go through the machine to give us the final numbers. Back to you, Lou.
All right, thank you very much, Jennifer. And again, this is live coverage on City TV from Lawndale City Hall, along with Anita Khalatbari and Jennifer Murillo in Election Central. I'm Lou Stowers. And this is kind of like a sports team, because a sports game, and you're used to seeing me call football and basketball with Rufus Washington and some